What's up, everybody? Matcha here again. This time we got One Piece chapter 957. Last week we had the first chapter outside of Wano in a long time. We got to catch up on some stuff. We had Garp down at Fishman Island talking to Neptune and telling him, some shit went down right after we left, and I'm not supposed to tell you that, but here it is. And he was talking about how Reverie how Reverie is just not great every year. Like, a lot of people are just levying war against each other and goods, but he says, as long as there's no bloodshed, I'll call it peace. But then he specified this year was bad. And then we cut to the World Economic Journal with Big News, Big News Morgan. And he's like talking about all these stories he's got from Reverie. There's an obituary, there's a death, there's a new vote, there's all this stuff going on. Excuse me, sorry. And then all of a sudden, one of his lackeys goes, "Hey, we got a memo from the world government, and they want you to suppress a story." And he looks, and we don't know how much, but he goes, "Oh, look at all those zeros! Wow, what do they want?" And then he goes, "That story? No." And he throws it back. He's like, "Send it back." And the guy rips off his face, Mission Impossible 2 style, and he pulls a gun on Morgan. He's like, "You're gonna do what we want, bird." But Morgan's wasn't having it and beat the shit out of him. And then we find out the World Economic Journal headquarters is a flying machine. Well, it's really like a teapot with birds carrying it, but he's like, "Hey, this is a hot spot, let's get out of here." And then they dip. So that's funny. And then all of a sudden we found out all around the world that Sabo appears to be dead. I'm not buying it, but they say he's dead. I don't know what really happened, but there's no way. There's no way. Just from a character standpoint, that would be a lame way to do that and thing to do after him being dead for a long time and then being here, getting Ace's fruit, the symbology, and then dead. So no, I don't think so. But we see Dragon and Ivankov freaking out, and Dragon's like, "Hey, we gotta find out the truth, calm down." And then we find out that the 7 warlords were abolished, and we cut to the 4 that were really still doing it. Boa, and she's like, "They forgot we're strong, let's do it." We cut to Mihawk, and he's excited. He says, "It's been a while since I've been the one that's chased." We cut to Weevil, Whitebeard's son. Yeah, Edward Weevil, I think. And he's like, "Okay." His mom's like, "Oh, they turned on us, get him." And he's like, "Okay, I'll kill him." And then Buggy. And Buggy, surprisingly, was like, "Yeah, we're going to fight him. Go, get him." I'm going to dip while you guys are doing that. But yeah, fight! So that's funny. But so a whole lot of interesting things. And as we get into this chapter, 957, I haven't gotten any leaks, but I've heard that it's the best chapter of One Piece. So, I don't know. I'm expecting kind of big things. I hope I didn't get too hyped, but here we go. Chapter 957, we don't have a cover story with Beijing. We got the New World Marine HQ. I suppose you're quite pleased, Isho. On the eve of the raid, but elsewhere. Oh, okay. So this is the day before the raid on Onigashima. I suppose you're quite pleased this show. You and your lot, and we got a shot of just Marine headquarters. I don't know who this is talking. You and your lot have longed for the abolition of the 7 warlord system for some time. I, myself, was against it, but the will of the kings cannot be overturned. Oh, we got Akainu talking to Fujitora. Isho, yeah. And the sacrifices necessary for the continued existence of the 7 warlords. This is Isho talking. You've never been on the chopping block yourself. You have no idea what it's like. Akainu is just kind of pausing. And then I think this is still Fujitora. All that's left is to put our faith in SSG. The power balances of this world shall surely shift greatly. SSG. Am I Weird for not knowing what that means. SSG. Oh well. Still Fujitora. Fujitora appears to be bandaged up. He's got bandages on his head and his face, his arms wrapped up. In directions we cannot predict. Oh, this is Akainu talking through the Den Mushi. I hear tell that in Wano, Big Mom and Kaido intend to join forces. And then we just got a shot outwards of the ships, the Navy ships in the water, and a Sea King actually. And they're like, "What the? Rock's second coming?" Oh. And then Akainu, don't speak of it like some sort of fable. This is real. The Rock's second coming. And Akainu, when the rains of disaster come, they pour. The Rocks. Oh my gosh. But we still don't know who the captain of the Rocks were. We already knew that Kaido and Big Mom were on Rocks back in the day. Someone at Marine Headquarters. The Yonko have joined hands. I think this is Marine Headquarters. Of all things, now, to be precise, it seems they plan to join forces. And then, who do we got here? Oh, I don't know who this guy at the chalkboard is, but then we got Sengoku. But the guy at the chalkboard, who I don't recognize, because it's kind of far out. It's like a classroom all of a sudden, and some dude's pointing at a chalkboard. And Sengoku's sitting next to him. Says they have yet to cause any real damage, but we do not know what they intend to achieve, nor can we anticipate how best to counter them. And as for the legendary Rocks pirates, information remains quite scant. Then we got Sengoku. Big Mom and Kaido have been for many years as cat and dog. This is certainly unforeseen. In this day and age, I'd say most Marines have never even heard of Rocks. If I'm not mistaken, Sengoku, Garp, and Suru, I think her name is, the brilliant strategist, they got their fame, they did chase Roger, but they got their fame from fighting the Rocks, I believe. And then we got a look at the crowd, but I think it's still Sengoku talking. Quite some time ago, the Rocks pirates formed when a band of pirates gathered on the pirate island Beehive for a particular get-rich-quick scheme, a unique bunch. Hey, that's where Blackbeard is now. They would constantly kill each other off, even at sea, on the same ship, a violent crew. Wow, so it was survival of the fittest, even amongst your crew. Okay, who do we got here? That's Kaido. So we got a shot of Sengoku, and it looks like he's reminiscing to an image. And he says, with their captain Rocks at the lead, their members included Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido, all in their younger years. Wow. Yeah, that's Big Mom. That's Kaido. Wow. So all of the Yonko, except Shanks, came from one crew. And Shanks came from Roger's crew. And Roger was the previous Yonko. Yes, this is Sengoku again. Sorry, I'm speculating so much. Anyway. Yes, once upon a time, all three of them flew the same flag. That's unbelievable. There are others from the Rocks pirates who later made name for themselves. The Golden Lion. That was Shiki, right? Shiki the Golden Lion? Silver Axe, Captain John, Wang Ji. I think we've heard of Captain John before, and I think he was one of the zombies on Thriller Bark, if I'm not mistaken. You've got to be kidding. How do all of those people hail from the same dark corner of history? Well, one reason is that all of these pirates got along so badly that very few around them lived long enough to tell the tale. Their Captain Rocks aimed to become Pirate King, and he bared the fangs of his crew at the world government, almost like a terrorist organization. We got Sengoku again. In a flashback, we actually get the front of the Rocks ship and their flag. So it's just R, and then it looks like a burning skull, and then CKS. And then it looks like a skeleton as I can't remember what it's called, but the thing at the front of the ship. And then we got Sengoku saying, another is that many of these incidents have been wiped from the pages of history by the world government. However, their enormity reached everyone's ears at the time. The fateful clash happened 38 years ago on God Valley. God Valley. We got a shot of some island out with a bunch of turbulent water around it. The day that the news that the strongest crew in the world, the Rocks Pirates, had been crushed at God Valley was heard round the world. The inexorable advance of evil, nearly unstoppable, and I believe there's a shot of Garp flexing, all beat up though, had been stopped by a Marine Vice Admiral by the name of Garp. Garp's name soon spread the world over. I thought it was the three of them, not just Garp. And he became known as the hero of the Marines. He is a badass, and he's holding his fist up, Garp the Fist. So that was the beginning. Oh, so now we got a shot of Garp's ship coming up from Fishman Island, but it's still Sengoku talking. So that was the beginning. There's already so many legends of Garp's heroic deeds, I didn't know which to believe. Wait, oh, I think that was just some Marine, because Sengoku would know. And then Sengoku says, if you ask the man himself how... Oh, this is still him talking? He was... Anyway, if you ask the man himself, however, you'll find him rather tight-lipped on the subject. And then everyone's like, huh? Why? And then we got a shot of Garp looking at something, but we don't know, some piece of paper. He'll give you the historical facts, sure, but not much more. Big Mom and Kaido, one after another? Oh, no, okay, so, sorry. He'll give you historical facts, sure, but not much more. That's Sengoku. And then Garp says, Big Mom and Kaido, one after another. And then we're back to Sengoku in the schoolroom or whatever this is. The first reason never made it into the papers, but Garp had to fight alongside a pirate in that battle. Oh shit, Roger, calling it now. Everyone's like, a pirate? The other is, and this is Sengoku again, he fought to protect the Celestial Dragons. What? Where did the Celestial Dragons come from? And I thought protecting the Celestial Dragons is the duty of the Marines. And then Sengoku says, Garp's moral code doesn't permit him to fulfill that duty. In fact, the reason Garp has continually refused the rank of Admiral is because becoming one will place him squarely under the thumb of the Celestial Dragons. So he does not like them. Interesting. And he refuses to defend them, except he did in that fight against the Rocks. Interesting. Anyway, Sengoku, despite doing so much, the fact that he cannot shake this story is proof, if nothing, of what an achievement it is and the degree of popularity he has enjoyed. And we got a quick flashback image of a bunch of people fighting. It looks like Garp, and the back of someone sure looks like Roger's coat, clashing with what looks like Big Mom and a couple other pirates. And it says, in any case, the truth is, at God Valley, in order to protect Celestial Dragons and their slaves, Garp and Roger, it was obvious, but called it. Garp and Roger, who both happened to meet there, joined forces and piped out the Rocks Pirates. That is the full story of the God Valley incident. So, the only thing that stopped the Rocks Pirates was Garp and Roger. Crazy. And then everyone freaks out. He fought alongside the Pirate King? What a cast! Celestial Dragons, Roger, and Rocks? What in the world happened on that island? I've never even heard of a place called God Valley. And Sengoku says, the location of the island of God Valley is no longer depicted on any map. And in reality, the entire island itself has vanished without a trace. So, Raftel. An island whose existence the world government desired very much to keep a secret has vanished. Still interested in asking questions about it? And everyone kind of pauses. So we're getting a little bit... Is this what Professor Clover was on to? Oh my god. Once upon a time, a buccaneer by the name of Rocks sought to become the Pirate King. I don't know who... I think this, again, Sengoku talking. Yes. But because he touched too many of the stones that this world would rather be left untouched, no information about the Rocks Pirates remains intact. Only whatever lies sleeping in the memories of a few Marines of my generation. And then some more of the just random looking Marines in the crowd. Past or not, to think that there was once a man that led 3 of the pirates that would later become Yonko. And then we got Sengoku again. He was Roger's first and perhaps greatest enemy. We got Sengoku continuing to talk, but another flashback image shows a little more of his face, and he's got some wild hair. He's holding a sword, which looks like in his left hand, but we still don't get a clear shot of his face. He's in silhouette. He was never called by any name other than Captain Rox, but his full name was Rox D. Xebec. Xebec. A D. His full name was Rox D. Xebec. I think that's how you pronounce that. And while he is no longer of this world, so he's dead, he was one of the pirates that one sees from time to time carrying the name of D. Are we going to find out more about the D here? Let's go, Sengoku. I don't know why you're telling all these people that, but while it is true that Big Mom and Kaido were once part of the same pirate crew, they are far stronger now than they were 38 years ago. If their alliance is indeed real, the most fearsome crew this world has ever seen is about to take shape. Brand new. Oh, so this is the dude at the chalkboard. Brand new. What are the current bounties of those two? And then this brand new guy says, well, we're going to get bounties. Oh, but are we not going to find out about the D? He says, well, let's see. The new bounties of individuals that have recently been driven from their posts as 7 warlords need to be recalculated. In any case, let's go over these guys' numbers. First, we have Blackbeard. Been about a year since he's acquired the status of Yonko. So that means a year after Marineford, he got Yonko. Following his ambush at Impel Down about 2 years ago, he gained several powerful subordinates, and at present he is the de facto boss of the pirate island Beehive, a new power still growing that has risen to fill the void left by Whitebeard. Admiral of the Blackbeard Pirates, Marshal D. Teach, 2,247,600,000 berries. Everyone's like, whoa! And then we got... Next, we have a man that has only been called a Yonko for about 6 years. Of the 4, he is the youngest and is well trusted by his subordinates. Oh, this has got to be Shanks. Here we go. Beckman, Rue, Yassup, his executives have each won their own fame, and his crew boasts a high average bounty. Perhaps the most well-balanced, impenetrable pirate crew of the 4. That's what I'm talking about. The leader of the Red Hair Pirates, Red Hair Shanks. 4,048,900,000 berries. Whoo! Everyone's even more shook. So, almost double Blackbeards. Next, it's said that she attacked the giant village of Elbaf as a mere child, a born monster. Refusing to trust anyone she's not directly related to, she and her 85 offspring have created a strange little country called Totland. The one-woman queen herself, captain of the Big Mom Pirates, Charlotte Linlin. 4,388,000,000 even. So hers is higher than Shanks. I thought Shanks was going to be the highest. He's been to Raftel or God Valley, if that's the same place. Everyone's even more shook. Then we have a man that was but a pirate in training during his time on the Rock's crew. Afterwards, with his own strength alone, he won the respect of many cruel pirates, and eventually came to be called a Yonko. So he was just an apprentice on the Rocks. Viceroy of the 100 Beast Pirates, 100 Beast Kaido. 4,611,100,000. So the highest of the Yonko. Crazy. Kaido's the highest, and that's who they're going to be taking on soon. Well, both, actually. So anyway, I'm getting dizzy. Sengoku kind of pauses, and we're back to brand new. In the future, we will no longer be able to deploy the 7 warlords to curb the power of these Yonko. Whether drawing out the poison from within our ranks in this way was the correct move or not will be decided in the future by the Special Science Group. Oh, Special Science Group. That's what SSG stands for. Whatever Vegapunk's been working on. Finally, allow me to remind you of the bounties of 2 legendary men. Oh. Captain of the Whitebeard Pirates. Oh, okay. Edward Newgate. 5,046,000,000 even. So he had the highest bounty until he died. Captain of the Roger Pirates. The Pirate King, GOL D Roger, 5,564,800,000. 5.5 billion for GOL D Roger. We got his bounty. Crazy. This is some good shit. In all the history of piracy, no bounty surpassed those two. However, if Kaido and Big Mom truly do ally, their total bounty will surely surpass that of either of those two. So, I wonder, we still gotta know how much Dragons is. They say he's the most wanted man in the world. And yet, so their total bounty will surely surpass that of those other two. And yet that is exactly what is about to occur in the non-allied country of Wano. Knock knock. Thud. Akainu walks in. Fleet Admiral Sakazuki. Leave Wano for now. We don't have the manpower to tear apart those two Sengoku. And I think this is Sengoku. Of course, I have no intention of getting involved. I was just imparting the wisdom of an aged fogey like myself to the young future of the Marines. Pirates have interpersonal relationships too, reasons for their next move. Without an understanding of our past, the future will forever remain dark. And then there's still Sengoku as he's walking past Sakazuki. Come to think of it, Whitebeard, Roger, and Redhair all were quite fond of one pirate from Wano. From Wano? Everyone looks shocked, and then Sakazuki says, I presume you're referring to Kozuki Oden. Oh, okay. He was once a captain on one of Whitebeard's ships. And then Sengoku. But he was later picked up by Roger and went along on the Pirate King's last voyage. I don't believe Oden has anything to do with this most recent development, but why are so many powerful individuals connected to Wano? I, for one, do not believe it to be coincidence, Sakazuki. And then that's the end of chapter 957. Wow. We got a lot there. We had Fujitora talking to Sakazuki. Fujitora was all beat up. We still don't know what happened to Sabo, but Fujitora had something to do with it. And then we had a little more Garp, but mostly it was Sengoku talking to these guys and informing everybody about the rocks. And it was Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard? Wow. Wow. And we got all the bounties of everybody. Kaido's got the highest known. We still haven't got Dragons. I still think his is going to be the highest. But Shanks, only Yonko lower than him in bounty is Blackbeard. Crazy. Maybe it's because he's just been around 6 years. But you'd think being on Captain Roger's crew, it would have boosted it. But wild. We got a little more. So we find out Rox's real name. He's a D member. I thought we were going to find out about somewhat more about the D there for a moment, but guess not. Wow, a lot to digest on this one. I'm going to have to think this one out, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did, and until next time.